And thank you for joining us tonight for the second micro pitch of 2026. A big thank you to our host locality, the city of Williamsburg, and other thanks to the cities of Hampton, Newport News, and Poquoson, as well as James City County and York County. Tim, what do we have going on tonight?
Yes, Gary, we have a great night lined up for you tonight. In less than 2 hours, we will know the second group of pitchers that will advance to the championship pitch event that will be held on November 11th. For tonight, as we do with each of our micro pitches, we have 10 pitchers that will pitch. The top three tonight will advance, as will the top three from the other three micro pitches that will represent the top 12 pitchers for the year. But for tonight, this will be the second group that will be advancing. But before we get started with that, Gary, we have a couple of rules. If you could explain those for us, please.
Yeah, we have a couple. One, we'd ask you to please refrain from using the group chat feature to make comments to everyone, especially while someone's pitching, because we don't want to distract the pitcher. And if you do want to use the chat feature to connect with a specific person, please do it after they have pitched, and then go direct with that person in the chat and not a full blast to everybody else. So we thank you in advance for honoring those requests. And we're eager to get going. As Tim said, we have 10 pitchers tonight. Each pitcher gets 3 minutes to pitch their business, and that's followed by 2 minutes of Q&A with the judges. And the way Q&A works is that all three judges will ask one question. And remember, judges, how many questions do you ask? One question. Yes. One question, and then one after the other. And then the pitcher will have 2 minutes to answer the questions that are asked. Tim is the timer, and he will be the one who says, and that's time. And he'll start you when you start answering the question. And then for those of you who are pitching, be sure you have a way to take notes when the judges ask you questions. They will speak normally and at a regular pace, but you might want to write it down just to remember what those things are. And then don't start to answer any of the questions until all three have provided their questions. Speaking of judges, Tim, who are the judges tonight?
Yes, we have three judges tonight, as we do with all of our micro pitches. And we're going to kick things off. We'll let the judges take 30 seconds to introduce themselves. First, I would like to introduce Kali Luthra. She is from 757 Defend and 757 Collab. Kali, if you want to take a 30 seconds to introduce yourself, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Cully Luthra, and I lead 757 Defend, where we help deep tech startups or defense tech startups do business with the government. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I do. I'll turn it over to our next judge.
Awesome. Michelle King is our next judge. She was a presentation. She was a professor at William and Mary. She headed further west, but we still invite her back because she is a great judge, former contestant and winner. Michelle, please introduce
Yes,
yourself.
thank you. Exactly. 3 years ago, I was sitting right where you are tonight. So, congratulations for showing up and being willing to share your ideas. My name is Michelle King, and I will be one of the judges this evening. As Tim said, I was a professor at William and Mary for 25 years, where I taught communication courses, mentored at the Entrepreneurship Hub, and I was the founder and director of the eSports program, which is competitive video gaming. I'm also a pitch coach and did a TEDx talk, so I love this stuff. I am now serving as the director of the Fleming Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Hampden-Sydney College, and I'm looking forward to your pitches tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. Welcome back. And a first-time judge tonight, I am pleased to introduce Paula Short. She comes to us from the Hampton Roads Small Business Development Center. Paula.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's very nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Yes, I know exactly how the pitchers feel because I myself have pitched for business, for money, for backing, for support, for belief. And I know how passionate it can be to actually portray your business and your baby to somebody else for scrutiny, but also for backing. So I support businesses from a business coach environment, from business consultancy, and I've gained my stripes through hard work and tears, creating a global company myself, which I sold 7 weeks before COVID. Thank you for everything aligning up. And I'm so happy now that the scars that I've earned in business, I can actually help businesses with. And I'm delighted to help tonight. And I'd say when people are pitching, stay calm, stay focused, stay clear. And I'm looking forward to it very much.
Well, thank you so much, Paula. It's great having you. Well, the way the program will work this evening is we'll have the first 5 pitchers pitch their business, then we'll take a short break so the judges can regather their thoughts, and then the remaining 5 pitchers will pitch. Once all 10 pitchers are done, the judges will be whisked away into their deliberation room where they will determine who the top 3 are. Once they've decided, they will return here, and then we will announce who the winners are that will advance to that championship pitch event in November. To the pitchers, as a reminder to you, we understand that you might be nervous, so just consider this a friendly reminder. When it is your turn, unmute yourself, share your screen if you have slides. Once your pitch is done, stop sharing your screen. All the judges will ask their questions one after another. Gary will call on them in the order. After the last question is asked, that is when your 2 minutes will start. I will start your 3-minute timer for your pitch. When you start talking, I will start your 2-minute timer when you start answering the questions as soon as you start talking. Then once you're done, remute yourself, enjoy the rest of the show. I wish you all the very best. Gary, let's get started.
Yeah, just one reminder for the judges is that we'll go through each of your names, and they'll alternate throughout, so you won't be always first. And then you'll do your questions, the pitcher will answer them, and then I will wait for you to say that you're ready, and you just give me a thumbs up in your window and before I introduce the next pitcher. So no rush, but just that's how it works in case you're not familiar with it, and just so you know how to work it. I think we're ready to get started.
Let's do it.
Okay. Johnny, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, you want to go ahead and share your screen, and then I'll give you the big intro. Tim will put 3 minutes on the clock. And you want to put it in presentation mode. There you go. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, everybody, please welcome our first pitcher, Johnny Stewart with Ghost Badger.
So I would like to present to you StuTech, a company born in Hampton Roads that designs and manufactures compact electric vehicles. StuTech, innovating strategic mobility. So a problem we're facing is the last mile. Traditional vehicles are often too large, too visible, and too restricted, and e-bikes are just underpowered. Soldiers and law enforcement officers are carrying way more equipment than ever before, in some cases up to 120 pounds. It's time we've assisted them with our solution, an individual transportation solution, a compact, high-power electric vehicle that combines transportation, towing, and mobile energy in one modular platform. It's designed to support last-mile resupply, rapid response, and field power delivery. This is the Ghost Badger, a lightweight, tactical electric vehicle that is virtually silent and puts out very little heat. It's built for off-road use in congested environments, making it useful for both tactical and drone support operations. What sets us apart is our high-power drive system, capable of towing up to around 400 pounds, its modularity, field repairability, and power sharing, as well as our nice licensed battery power technology. Because we are positioned at the intersection of defense logistics, micromobility, and electrification, our target opportunity is strong, with an initial sustainable market of roughly 250 million to 500 million through defense, police, and utility fleet adoption. Our business model combines business to government and business to business solutions that generate revenue through the sales and vehicle platforms, ruggedized electronics, battery systems, manufacturing service, and software development. We've had great traction. With the acquisition of pre-seed funding, it has supported our completion of our second version 2 prototype, moved from the BMS development into bench testing. We have operational software requirements that have begun, and research on our battery pack design around our tech transfer program. Next, we're going to complete this system and integrate the power tethering system. Another major milestone that we're going to be doing is demonstrating for the Suffolk Police Department and making sure we are able to determine all of our capabilities. This is going to help us towards our ultimate goal in moving toward fleet readiness and limited run production. Our team, all-star team, combines leadership across all operations, technology, military advising, and business strategy. With that mix of positions, we're able to develop the product, navigate defense adoption, and scale into real-world deployment. So, in conclusion, StuTech is building more than just a vehicle. We're building a scalable platform for mobility, power, and payload that supports operations across defense, public safety, and outdoor recreational use cases. Thank you for your time.
That's time.
We'll go ahead and unshare your screen. And we'll start with, sorry. First question. Are you ready for some questions?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, first one, Michelle.
Good. Thank you very much, Johnny, for your pitch. Appreciate that. So it sounds like you're going to start with local law enforcement and possibly scale to military. It sounds like you might have a military background, but being in Hampton Roads, we've got that, right? My question is, how do you ship these? Can they fold up? How are they transported?
And next, Cully.
Yeah, hi, Johnny. Thank you for your presentation. I guess my question revolves around if you have identified actual target customers within the government and conducted those interviews.
And lastly, Paula.
Yeah, I think based on, by the way, great pitch, well done. I know how scary it is. I think based on the other two questions, it would be the after service. Do you have a plan in place for after service and maintenance once supplied?
Okay, so you'll have 2 minutes to answer those, and Tim will let you know when your time is up.
Okay, great. I'm ready to go. So as far as transportation, shipping, are they, yes. So one of the reasons why we designed this vehicle because it's very lightweight and it's portable. So this vehicle folds in half into half its size, and is able to go into different vehicles, such as like a back of an SUV, back of a truck, which is way more efficient than larger vehicles like e-bikes and e-motorcycles, which would need its own trailer device. So yes, it comes with its own crate. It's very shippable and airdroppable as well too. So if you want to deploy that through the ground forces, that's possible as well. For the next question, how we identify our target customer, I think that was one of the most important things to kind of like ask us if we're going to continue with this venture. And in doing so, we have attended the SHOT Show, which is the largest firearms show in the U.S. or in the world, actually. And there we did find our customer target base, and that was 100% within the defense contracting world, and also with landowners who hunt and outdoorsmen. So have great response from that. And specifically with our target customer, we found that international customers, international militaries, such as a lot of Middle Eastern. So we have one contact with the Jordan, Jordan, the Himerates or hierarchy, whatever you call that, and also with the Czech Republic, Army of Czech Republic. So a lot of international interest in that. And lastly, as far as after service, yes. So our team, I've designed this from the ground up. Our team designed the electronics from the ground up, so we have a very intimate knowledge of the vehicle. So that's one of our paths of revenue stream is to have the service option as well too.
And that is time.
Hey, thank you. I'll wait for the judges, but let's just make sure. Xavier, are you ready to go? Michelle's ready. Xavier's ready.
Did the last judge say that already? I couldn't.
No, don't go yet. I'm waiting just for the judges. So Cully's good. Paula, you good? Okay, perfect. Yep, you can go ahead and share your screen if it'll work.
I think I'm gonna go without the screen this time, but
Okay,
I am
perfect.
confident. So,
I'll give you the big intro. You ready?
all
Okay,
right.
everybody, please welcome our second pitcher with Xavier Pettis with Monument Forge Manufacturing.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Xavier Pettis. I'm starting the business of Monument Forge Manufacturing. The problem isn't that we can't make things anymore. It's that most people don't have access to making them. And if you're a small business contractor or maker or need something, that one sign, that one prototype, or that one small batch of things, taking it, overpaying, over ordering, or waiting too long for that part isn't an option. The problem right now is that custom manufacturing isn't built for small scale needs. Most suppliers have optimized for volume, not flexibility. So if you only need one part, a small batch, or a quick turnaround, you're either stuck with a bunch of extras, a bunch of overhead, or a long wait time. That slows down you getting what you need to your customers. That may stop you from getting the prototype you need. That may stop you from ordering or getting the orders that you need done. The solution that I'm offering is a combined 3D printing CNC shop as well as laser engraving. That way we can meet many different needs for all the small businesses that are popping up. Some real world examples I have are serial ID plates or asset tags, where you have a brand new IT company that you're starting. You need asset tags for those computers. You need asset tags for all those IT components. You're opening up a shop and you need a custom sign. Well, the major players want something huge that's way out of your budget. Or you're trying to, or as the last picture posted, they're coming up with their own product. You need that 3D, you needed that one part prototype so you can move forward or test it. That's where we step in. Being that I am military, I'm coming from a background of precision and machining. So we're bringing that, making sure that you get what you need. The business model is simple. We supply the small businesses and our repeat customers through that, be it the small orders that they need here and there, or the repeat customers. Hey, we know we're going to need these signs for all these shows. We're going to need these different tags that we have to reorder every 3 months. Even before we're at full production scale, I already have 3 letters of interest, one including from CNU, about doing business and providing those services for their students, for their projects, be it architecture or whatever engineering needs they may have. Why you should go with us? We're dedicated to precision and reliability. Everything we're going to be producing will be handmade, will be QA'd closely, and make sure it meets every spec you give us.
And that is time.
Okay, thanks, Xavier. Okay, Judge, ready for some judge questions? You ready? Xavier, are you ready for some judge questions?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
We're going to start this time with Cully.
Hi, Xavier. Thank you for your pitch and for telling us about your company. Just a clarification question. Are you guys already set up? And yeah, I guess that's my question. Like, are you like in production?
And next, Paula.
Hi, really good pitch again. It's hard to explain your pitch, and I know without slides it's even harder. I'd be really interested in your target sales, where you're going to target first, and your pricing model on how you would target it.
And then Michelle.
Thanks, Xavier, for your pitch. It sounds like you're a maker space. So my question is, how do customers use you? So would they need to come in with a file already? Or if they don't know how to do that, do you have staff there to help them create that file to then be made.
Okay, so Tim will start the clock when you start answering, and you'll have 2 minutes.
All right. So for the first question, we are in the pre-production phase. We have set up which machines we are planning to get. We are slowly getting our space ready for production. But we are also in the outreach phase, so we're reaching out and getting those relationships and pipelines set out. For our target sales and pricing model, our target audience is other small businesses, but we are open up to institutions that need us, as well as individual makers who may need just a one-off part. Those, we are open to all those, but our main focus will be other small businesses. The pricing model is going to be based off complexity, right? The more complex a part, or the more complex a part or sign or individual need may be, will scale our pricing. But it is also going to be quote based for a lot of our options. But we also have some things that are set prices as well, like certain awards, custom signs. We also have set prices for those. How do customers use us? So when it comes to files, if they have something specific, if it's a prototype, we will ask them to bring a file or the STL file for it, or the type of file. If they need help explaining that, or we are going to be working very closely with them in person or over the phone or over email to make sure they get what they need and is clarified exactly what they need. Before we start to make anything, we'll make sure we give them a preview so they can approve anything before it gets made.
And that is time.
Okay, thank you. We'll wait on the judges here. Our next up, William, are you ready to go? So Cully's good. Michelle's good. I think I don't see William. Oh, there he is. Are you ready to go, William?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And Paula's good. So all the judges are good. You can go ahead and share your screen, and then I'll give you the big intro. Okay, you ready?
Yes. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
everybody. Yep, everybody, please welcome our next pitcher, William Hill with Care Ally.
Think about your most important woman in your life and think if she didn't have the greatest interaction with the healthcare system for various reasons. It's important to you and it's important to society because these lead to the gender health gap that we have. Currently, women spend 1/4 of their life in poor health compared to men. But if we address this, this can save the global GDP approximately $400 billion by 2040. And so these are some of the factors that lead to the gender health gap. But one that's not seen or talked about much is miscommunication, which is a collection of all of these things. Minority women and females have harsher consequences in this health gap because of the miscommunication. Studies have shown that by asking questions, minority women can achieve greater health outcomes. But studies have also shown that 50% of people are scared to ask these questions. Majority of people, if they have questions, forget them. And majority of people want more information from their provider. And when they do get that more information, they only remember approximately 10% of that accurate information. So the solution is Care Ally. It is a care companion that's with you when you need it to help with care before, during, and after your visits. And so how it works is it listens to your healthcare encounter. It generatively creates advocacy appropriate questions for the conversation. It completes a summary visit as well as next steps. And the ally agent is always available to ask questions when you need it. So here is a picture diagram of how it works. You make a profile, you log in, you talk to the agent prior to your visit, and then it generatively makes questions throughout, and then it produces a summary. So our target demographic is minority women, but this can be used by all demographics. And so they account for approximately 35 to 40 million people. And in our local region, just under 200,000. And so the goal is to increase their health outcomes and decrease their disparities that they face. And so these are some of our early pending pilot partners in the region. And the market cap for this novel emerging patient advocacy technology market is 33 billion by 2030 with consistent growth over that time period. And these are some of our monetization models that we'll use. We'll use direct to consumer, but also partnerships with B2B2C. So these are some contemporary companies that show that this novel niche market is investable, but high growth with one company just, and this is our team here.
Okay, thank you. That was time, right, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you want to go ahead and unshare your screen and get ready for some judge questions. And we'll start this time with Paula.
Great pitch, another one. That was really good. I'd be really interested in your testing model. What has been the feedback from the testing groups that you've tried the app on or the Care Ally on, and their feedback?
Next, Michelle.
Thank you, William, for your pitch. I have two questions, but I know I can only do one. So I guess my one question is, what sets you apart from other applications out there like this?
And then Cully.
Thanks, William, for your pitch. My question is around compliance. What have you thought of, slash, what does the roadmap look like in terms of compliance and security for PII and things like that?
Okay, and Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start to answer.
For those questions. In regards to the first question, the feedback has been great. One, it's been these questions are very relevant. Second, these questions actually have increased my provider patient experience, and they have helped with the care that I wanted to receive. So it's been positive. And then my market research and interviews, about 50% of people say they would actually pay for it. And the other said they would use it if it was subsidized in some way. In regards to the compliance piece, we do have an AI and healthcare compliance specialist that's based at Howard University. That's a part of it. And we have our AI technology officer, and our app is HIPAA compliant. And then in regards to the second question,
Did we lose William?
no, I'm sorry. I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it was.
We are currently building out our team. And I think that as we continue to
That is time.
Okay. Thanks, William. I will wait to hear from a thumbs up from the judges. And while that's going on, Danielle, are you ready? Okay, so be primed on the share button. And once I hear from the judges, we'll move ahead. So judges, Paula's good.
Real quick, I need to interrupt. Paula, I think you're in my judging sheet. My numbers keep changing. I want to make sure you're on the bottom tab and you select the, do you see that?
You're on mute, Paula.
I'm so sorry. I've just realized I've just seen Michelle King on the top. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
You
That's okay.
and now you've got a sneak preview of my judging things as well. So sorry.
Okay,
Gary, I
Thank
need
you.
just a
so when you get that sorted out, let me know, and then we'll move ahead with Danielle. Michelle's good. Cully, are you good? Paula's good. Okay, ready to move ahead. Danielle, go ahead and share your screen. Unmute yourself. And here we go. Okay, everybody, our next pitcher, please welcome Danielle Hennessy with Smart Moves.
Imagine you're an elementary school teacher with 25 kids in a classroom, all who have different learning needs, behaviors, and abilities. Research shows kids learn best and negative behaviors decrease when they're able to move their bodies. Your school district is even mandating more movement in your classroom instruction, but you can't find the needed resources, especially ones that are inclusive. This is something I heard often during customer discovery with educators. Negative student behaviors have only increased since COVID, and it's not only affecting the students, but is causing mass burnout for educators. The top reason for educators switching careers is not the low salary, it's managing student behavior. So what's the solution? Smart Moves, a free movement and educational program with inclusion at the forefront. It's no secret that the edtech market is saturated, but Smart Moves isn't just competing. We're building the inclusive instructional movement category. This Smart Moves video teaches states of matter, a second grade science lesson. After reviewing solids, liquids, and gases with inclusive movements, learners play a game using movement to identify each state on the screen. Hi, I'm Danielle Hennessy. I'm the creator of and heart behind Smart Moves. I have a background in speech language pathology, special education, and school counseling. I've built several successful educational programs, and I'm the mom of two amazing little boys. We're building within an existing budget category. U.S. elementary schools spend heavily on curriculum resources and professional development. I plan on targeting the 467 Virginia elementary schools that did not meet state standards for performance scores in 2024. These schools are under pressure to improve outcomes, are required to adopt new strategies, and will receive additional state funding and support. Our videos will always be free. What we will sell are curriculum resource packages that include professional development opportunities, plug-and-play lesson plans, printable classroom materials, and a Smart Moves badge that signals a school's commitment to inclusive learning. Schools purchase an annual $2,000 license through us to receive these resources. Individuals can also purchase resources a la carte. We're breaking into the market by focusing on strategic institutional pilot programs, synergistic partnerships, and exposure that gets us in front of our targeted market. I was interviewed just last week by Morgan's, the largest inclusive institute in the world. They'll be sharing the feature with their audience of nearly 1 million followers, highlighting Smart Moves and ways their community can get involved. And don't just take it from me, people love Smart Moves. Here's a testimonial from a kindergarten teacher who uses Smart Moves in her classroom. So join me on this movement by spreading the word about Smart Moves, subscribing to Smart Moves YouTube channel and socials, and connecting with me. Thank you.
That's time. Perfect.
Okay, thank you. You ready for some judge questions, Danielle?
I am.
Okay, we're going to start this time with Michelle.
Thank you, Danielle, for your presentation, your pitch. I would love to know where this idea came from. There's a spark there somewhere. I see the passion. I just want to hear a little bit about that story.
And next, Cully.
Hi, Danielle. Thank you so much for your presentation. I don't really have that many questions. I think you did a really good job with your pitch. I think I would like to hear more about the pilot programs that maybe you are gunning for, things like that.
And Paula.
That was a superb pitch. Absolutely brilliant. I think my questions would be around your marketing and how you try and get all of those schools, what your marketing plan would be.
And when you start answering, Tim will give you 2 minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you all very much. These are great questions. So, Michelle, I'll try to keep this as condensed as possible. But I got this idea because, like I mentioned, I have 2 young boys, and they said to me, it was a rainy day, on the weekend, and they said, we really want to watch this YouTube content creator that has movement videos. We do them in school all the time. So I threw it on the TV, and while I was watching, I just kept having these thoughts circulating. So the first one was, okay, so if you're doing this in school, this is not inclusive. And what are the learners with limited or restricted mobility doing, or various disabilities? What are they doing during this time? How are they moving? I also thought, okay, I wish there was some sort of educational component to it. So maybe instead of them like moving away from objects, they're moving towards an answer. And then the third was that, again, this was a white adult that is the figurehead of this content. And so diversity was really important to me, which is why I have animated it to bring that to light. Okay, then for the pilot programs, they are going well so far. I'm getting some good feedback, and I'm targeting, I have a lot of connections because I've been in this space for a while. So I'm starting with my connections, obviously, because it's easier to get in to meetings and things like that. And I am just telling them, you know, a little bit more about Smart Moves and how it can help specifically with student engagement and all of these really important things that schools are struggling with so far. And I'm getting some good data, so I know how to build. And then on the marketing side, yes, it's very difficult, but like I mentioned, I do have a lot of contacts and a big network in this space. And I also have been approved to be a vendor at a large young early educational conference. That should be good exposure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Wait to see if when the judge, Michelle's good. Carter, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Don't share yet. So Michelle's good. Cully's good. Paula's good. You can go ahead and share your screen, Carter.
Sounds good.
You can share the screen now if you want. Yep. And then I'll introduce you.
Do you guys see it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No. And now it's there, and you can put it in presentation mode and you'll be all set.
Sounds good.
And then I'll give you the big intro.
I'm sorry, the dorm Wi-Fi is slow.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize for the delay.
Are you going to put it in presentation mode?
It's in presentation mode.
Okay, it's just waiting to catch up.
Yeah, I do apologize about that.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. How about that? And you can start talking. All right. All right. Our next pitcher, please welcome Carter Workman with Moonlit Moose.
Hi, everyone. I would like to introduce you to Moonlit Moose. Moonlit Moose is an inclusive board game company built on the belief moose-sized games can have a mighty impact. Like a lot of families to the COVID pandemic, my family loved to play board games, stay connected. We're a family of 5, and we came on the same problem. Traditional board games are only built for 4 players, so one of us always was left out. We were trying to go on this journey to find the perfect game. We also came across a problem where games built for larger groups are long, complicated rules, also very frustrating, can be very complicated to play, and so ruins the fun before the game even gets started. So this is how I fix it. I built a game specifically for my family of 5 to make sure no one can sit out. At first, it completely flopped. My 2 sisters hate it, so I went back to the drawing board. I reworked the mechanics, simplified the rules, and leaned into themes that are more engaging and accessible, as well as make the playability better. And that's when Moonlit Moose was born. Today, we have 5 working prototypes, 3 of which are ready to launch. The first is Quest Seekers. It's a venture-based board game where you have 30 minutes to collect a treasure on one side of the island and bring it back to the other. Defend the castle, a strategy a 2-team format where one team is trying to destroy a castle, the other is trying to defend the castle. And then lastly is Package Delivery. Package Delivery will be the first board game that we will release. It's a fast-paced strategy game based on a city called Bridgard. In this game, you are a package delivery driver, and you are trying to deliver your packages first. Hopefully, you guys can see the screen, the board in front of you, so you get an idea of what it looks like. On the left is the hazard cards. Those kind of add a nice twist to it, adds a little bit of chaos, and then the event cards you can see on the side. With it being based in a city, it kind of brings in a cool scalability side with it. You can have the game be based in popular tourism places like Chicago, New York, and so on, as well as popular college towns around the U.S. How we're going to market. So we're going to start directly on my website, and as well as a Kickstarter, get those initial sales. From there, lean to different learning retailers in the region, as well as partner with different schools, therapy centers, nonprofits. From their long-term growth, growing regional chains as well as big stores nationwide. But Moonlit Moose is one as a board game company. Both me and my sisters have learning disabilities. Growing up, we saw firsthand how often learning disabilities have a stigma of learning disabilities as well as challenges growing up with them. And so the mission of Moonlit Moose is also how can I help people like myself. And so Moonlit Moose will donate $1 to a nonprofit to help with learning disabilities. The first one we'll be teaming up with is the Dyslexia Foundation. And through that, we're hoping to change the world through the power of play. And hopefully, again, you can see the screen. We have this little badge to show the consumers that their $1 would be donated. And then I say thank you. And remember, moose-sized games can have a mighty impact.
That's time.
Okay, thank you. I'll share your screen. And you ready for some questions from the judges?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with Cully this time.
Hi, Carter. Thank you for your presentation. Cool concept. Question about the game around learning disabilities is what goes into the game that makes it a learning disability friendly, or like what are the different aspects of it?
And next, Paula.
I love the presentation, and don't you just hate technology? It really goes against you. I love the name. I'd love to know how you came up with the name. That's really cool.
Thank you.
And Michelle.
Thank you, Carter, for your pitch. You're speaking to my heart about games and play. So you talk about gaming mechanics. Is Moonlit Moose going to offer any cooperative games as well?
And Tim will give you 2 minutes. Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start to answer. And the floor is yours.
Going to start with the first question. At the moment, we're not making games specifically to help with learning disabilities. I'm sorry if there's this confusion with that. We'll be donating $1 to a nonprofit to help with learning disabilities. So we'll be donating with Package Delivered, the first team up we have the Dyslexia Foundation, and $1 every sale will go to them. 2 for the name. I absolutely love mooses. They're my favorite animal, and I kind of inspire it. I also feel like they're like look as leaders as well as gentle giants in nature, and I want Moonlit Moose to be a board game. I'm sorry, be a leader in that space and help bring change around the world, like I said, through the power play. And then three, we are actually am looking at having different games kind of interact with each other, especially with quest seekers. Have multiple adventures intertwined with each other. I have already came up with like I said, island one. I have like a desert one, playing as well as a jungle one, and have the goal is at the end of it have kind of all three boards kind of intertwined with each other, and have like one big board game where even multiple people play with each other.
All right.
Okay.
That's time.
All right. Thanks, Carter. Okay, everybody. So Michelle's good. We're gonna once Cully's good and Paul is good. Okay, we're gonna take 5 minutes. So I have 52 after. So at 57 after, we will be back on here. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. And you want to put in presenter view? There you go. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Everybody, please welcome our next pitcher, Carol Ellison with TWR Cafe, The Writing Room.
Live by design and not by default. The truth is, most people aren't lacking moments. They're lacking meaning in the moments they already have. Think about the most important moments in life: birthdays, weddings, graduations, and family gatherings. These are the moments we say matter most, and yet most people experience them on autopilot. They happen and then they pass. At TWR, we change that. We turn ordinary moments into meaningful legacy. Through intentional storytelling, we help people create heirlooms, experiences that are not just lived, but remembered, preserved, and felt for generations. We help people capture the moments that matter so that they don't just pass, they live on. What was once ordinary becomes unforgettable. What was once routine becomes remarkable. One family, the Harris family, used our crest and compass process. They created a family crest, a custom legacy magazine honoring their patriots, and attire representing their heritage. The result, the most meaningful Thanksgiving their family has ever had. They didn't just gather, they connected. They didn't just celebrate, they remembered and refined who they were. TWR Cafe is a creative space where people are held, their voices are awakened, and their lives are designed with intention. We do this through a simple ecosystem. We reflect through journals and worksheets. We capture through we capture through custom legacy magazines, and we transform through coaching and courses, guiding people into clarity, connection, and purpose. Our audience is already investing in personal growth. Women in the Hampton Roads, over 845,000, are spending $1,000 to $5,000 annually in this space. We're meeting an existing demand with more intention and a meaningful solution. We're seeking $10,000 to expand TWR Cafe through animation, marketing, legal protection, and product growth. This investment allows us to scale from individual moments to a structured digital academy serving thousands. We don't just help people remember moments, we help them experience them on purpose. I am Carol Ellison, certified journal therapy coach and founder of TWR Cafe, The Writing Room.
That is it. It's
Okay,
time.
thank you. You want to unshare your screen and get ready for some judge questions. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with Paula this time.
Hey, Carol, great pitch. Love the graphics, really good. I'd be interested in the product range that you're offering for this. I saw some frames and some clothing. Just be interested in the product range you have.
And Michelle?
Thank you so much, Carol, for your pitch. I would really like to know a little bit more about your competitors. Who else out there is doing this?
And Cully?
Hi, Carol. Thank you so much for your pitch and for giving us more insight on what you do. My question is about your pricing slash revenue model. How do you structure that?
Okay, and Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start answering.
Okay, and thank you for your questions. So my product range, originally when I started my business, all things were digital. But since I've expanded my business, I actually have a partnership with a print company and I make tangible hard copies. So the magazines and custom products are available digitally, and they can get hard copies. And I also do that through vending as well. So I do bridal expos or special event expos, and I do a lot of marketing through vending. My competitors are typically like Etsy or e-commerce type businesses. But what sets me apart is because I have community partnerships. I also do journal therapy events, which help me to market a lot of my digital products. And my pricing is tiered. You can get a basic package when it comes to custom magazines. You can get an executive or a legacy tier.
All right, that's time.
Okay, thank you. We'll wait to hear from the judges. Vernon, are you ready to go when the judges are ready?
Yes, sir.
Don't share your screen yet. So Michelle's good, Cully's good, Paula's good. Okay, Vernon, you can share your screen.
All right.
Ready for the big intro?
Yes.
Okay, please welcome Vernon McDaniel with no name yet. You're on, Vernon.
Okay. We did not set out to disrupt an industry. We set out to solve a problem. We believe Safety Shuck and our purpose-driven dual blade design does just that. Out of all the oyster knives on the market today, they all lack one thing: a design that genuinely improves leverage, control, and safety for the person using it. In the last 100 years, the traditional oyster knife has had little to no change. This lack of innovation directly contributes to the absence of improvements in the oyster shucking experience. From the beginning, users have relied on a single blade design that was built around the shell, not the individual using the knife. That distinction is exactly what has led to injurious frustration and hesitancy to shuck oysters at all. When the number one tip for using a tool is to protect yourself from it, that tool needs to change. Safety Shuck was created to solve those issues while maintaining a traditional oyster knife feel. As you pick up the Safety Shuck in preparation to open an oyster, the grip will feel natural due to the ergonomic handle combined with the concave thumb rest designed to accommodate both left and right-handed users. Our primary blade design allows you to get closer to the hinge while shucking oysters. This allows leverage and control to increase simultaneously. In the event the primary blade tip slips or enters the oyster abruptly, our dual-purpose guard will be there to act as a stop to protect the integrity of the oyster while also preventing the knife from driving into your non-dominant hand. Once the oyster is open, the process of removing the top shell and the oyster itself is accomplished by utilizing the secondary blade as you would with any other traditional oyster knife. Given that these two tasks are now separate, we aim to reduce the chance of cross-contamination, being that the single blade is not entering the hinge where you find mud, grit, and sediment, and then proceeding to remove the oyster. Our target market is anyone who enjoys oysters and the experience that comes with opening, preparing, and serving them. That may sound broad, but the number of potential customers across all of those segments, to include home cooks, seafood and culinary enthusiasts, coastal lifestyle consumers, and beyond, represents a significant and largely untapped opportunity. Walk into any tackle store today, and you will find oyster knives hanging on hooks, 4 or 5 different kinds, with no guidance and no explanation. It is up to you to figure out which one works. Our goal is to change that experience entirely. Safety Shuck will catch your attention not with flashy packaging, but by showing you that this knife was designed with you in mind. Our packaging will include a QR code that takes you directly to a product demonstration, so you know exactly what you are buying and how to use it before you ever open the shell. The knife itself offers our proprietary dual blade features while remaining fully capable of being used the traditional way, so nothing is taken away. Competitive pricing, a better product, a better experience from the shelf to the shelf. This was created from a problem I experience often. The market is showing a growing emphasis on specialized tools that enhance safety and the ease of use of shucking. My name is Vernon McDaniel. I'm the founder and CEO of Safe Tools, and I am ready to address any questions.
And that is time. Perfectly timed.
Okay, thanks. You can go ahead and unshare your screen.
Okay.
And you ready for some questions?
Yes.
Okay, Michelle's going to start.
Thank you very much, Vernon. I love that line. When you have to protect yourself from a tool, the tool needs to change, right? So my question is, how much does it cost for you to make it, and what do you plan to sell it for?
And then Cully.
Yeah, Vernon, thank you so much for your pitch. My question is, how did you come up with this? Are you personally involved? Where did this idea come from? I feel like it's very specific.
And then Paula.
Hey, Vernon, great pitch. I'm always interested in the sales capacity. What is the first target market that you would go to? Would it be to wholesale? Would it be distribution, or would it be direct to consumer?
And Tim will give you 2 minutes on the clock when you start to answer.
Okay. You ready? Thank you for the questions. Ms. King, as far as the cost to make and what to sell it for, we're not at the point of exploring those options yet. We are about 2 or 3 weeks away from submitting for a provisional patent. Forgot to mention that. But regardless, the cost to make the item, it will be sold competitively in the range that the other oyster knives are sold in the market today. Miss Luthra, how did we come up with the idea? The idea originated one day. I was actually on my way home from work, and I built my first prototype in my parents' garage 3 years ago. And the idea originated from I grew up on the water. I grew up eating oysters, and there was never a time that I was not thinking about, is this knife getting ready to go in my hand, because of, the way it's traditionally done. Ms. Short, initially, I believe we are going to pursue the direct to consumer route. We won't limit ourselves as far as avenues to sell, but this is something that's near and dear to me, and I would like to be as involved as I can when it comes to seeing it through. So, as far as the rest of that, like I said, we will be submitting for the provisional patent in the next 2 weeks, I believe. We're just finalizing some small details and to make sure things are in place and where they need to be when the time comes.
And that is time.
Thank you. Thank you, Vernon.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
wait on the judges. Hannah, you're going to be next. Are you ready to go? Michelle's good. Cully's good. Paula's good. Hannah, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Hannah Lacan with Hercule.
In the US, over 200 fires have been linked to e-bike and e-scooters in just a 2-year period, with multiple fatalities tied to battery and charging failures. Now, at the same time, cities across the country are dealing with a different issue. Scooters are blocking sidewalks, curb ramps, and pedestrian pathways, creating real accessibility and ADA challenges, and it's only getting worse. Today, modern mobility is scaling, but the infrastructure isn't. Operators are spending up to 50% of OPEX on manual charging and rebalancing. Plug-based system fails, driving 20% hardware failure from wear and vandalism. And vehicles sit offline from 8 to 12 hours a day, costing $20 to $29 per scooter per day in lost revenue. Now imagine a scooter rolling into a designated charging spot. No wires, no clutter. It simply parks, and beneath it, our ground-embedded system charges it, eliminating exposed hardware that leads to fires, and creating designated controlled charging zones that will help organize fleets and reduce ADA conflicts. And by eliminating manual charging and constant maintenance, we will dramatically cut operational costs. So it's completely wireless, no cables, no plugs, no tamper-prone connectors, eliminating all key failure points. It's automated, it charges on presence and stops on departure, removing manual handling, and it's universal, supporting e-scooters, e-bikes, and other mobility devices. So our technology is built on NASA licensed wireless power IP. At the core is an inductive wireless power transfer system that enables energy transfer via electromagnetic fields without physical contact. The broader micromobility market represents a $5.3 billion opportunity. And within that, the e-scooter and e-bike market, which is our immediate focus, is a $3.4 billion serviceable market. We are starting with campuses in the Hampton Roads region as our entry point and then scaling into larger urban environments. So I lead Hercle Q as the founder and CEO, driving the vision and commercialization. I've built my experience around translating complex technologies into scalable real-world applications, and I am supported by an amazing team of experience in engineering, infrastructure, and scaling technology, which positions us to turn this solution into a scalable, viable product. So we don't just sell chargers, we create always-on charging ecosystems where power becomes invisible, reliable, and built into the world around us. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. You can unshare your screen if you like. And are you ready for some questions?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to start with Cully.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you so much for your presentation. My question is around your NASA commercialization. Do you guys own that IP, or is that owned, or does NASA still own it?
And then Paula.
Oh, geez. That was a beautiful presentation. The artwork is gorgeous. I was really taken by that. I'd like to know about the maintenance afterwards for these items and who would maintain the charging plates and your after sales skills.
And Michelle.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. With this, it's kind of along the lines with Paula's question. Besides the maintenance, but how long does it last? How long do one of these pads last that your consumer would be able to use?
And Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start to answer.
Okay. Yes, I'm ready. So for the first question, who owns the NASA IP? So NASA owns the intellectual property, but they have licensed it out to us. And so we are able to do research on it, develop it into our prototype, and also make sales on it as well. So there is an agreement we have in place between Hercle Q and NASA. Oh, sorry. And the second question, maintenance for this, the chargers, who's responsible? So that will be on our part. Hercle Q can be responsible for the maintenance. But also, depending on who we sell it to, so say if we sell it to cities, they might want to take up the responsibility in doing the maintenance because they could have the funds, the city might have the funds to hire people. So we can do it in-house, but also there is the option for whoever purchases it, whether it's cities or businesses, if they have the capacity to do that. And then how long does it last? So our chargers actually last more than in between like 10 to 12 years. So it's based on the material that we use and also the environment in which they will be deployed in. So some areas might be hotter than others. So there's going to have to be more research on that side in terms of what type of material we can use that'll be durable in those type of environments. But of course, we want to do the research and integrate a material that can last years without any wear and tear. Yeah.
And that is time. Judges, quickly, Hannah was number 9 on the judging rubric. So we skipped over 8. So if you could just make sure that you score accordingly, please.
Yep. And the next one will be number 10 in your score sheet, I guess.
Clarification
Correct.
question, is 8 here or are we
No.
entirely?
They were here and they're now gone.
Okay,
Not sure what happened.
Yep.
ready to go.
Okay, you ready? So Cully's good, Michelle's good, Paula's good. Okay, Karen, are you ready? Yes, you can share your screen if you want. Be sure you unmute. You ready to go?
Yes, you guys can see the screen, right?
Well, just make sure you're on whatever you want. We can see it. Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, please welcome our final pitcher, Karen Watts from Domi Source.
We track everything in our lives, our finances, our health, even our steps. But our home, our biggest asset, isn't tracked at all. And the moment you feel that the most is the day that you move in. Let me tell you a quick story. When we moved into our home, within 1 month, our generator oven stopped working. As you can see, it was one of the newest, nicest things in the house. We got a quote to fix it, $2,000. We thought it might be under warranty, so we reached out to the prior owner. Turns out it was out of warranty, but he had had prior issues and documentation, and the company had agreed to fix it for free if it broke again. That $2,000 repair bill disappeared simply because we had the right information. But most homeowners don't have that. They don't know what's been repaired, what's under warranty, what needs attention, or who's even worked on the home. At the same time, the businesses who want to help them are blind. They have no history and no context because everything about the home, repairs, warranties, history, is scattered across emails, receipts, and someone's memory. So when something breaks, everything starts from scratch every time. And this isn't a small problem. Homeowners spend over $400 billion a year on home repairs and maintenance. Over 30 million moves happen every year, and $300 billion is spent around those moves. And it repeats because people move 11 to 10 times on average. And every move resets everything. All that history is gone. DomiSource fixes that by starting at the exact moment everything resets, when you move in. Because moving is one of life's most stressful events, and when you're most focused on gathering information. With DomiSource, you enter your information once and get a personalized plan that tells you what to do, when to do it, and who to trust. We guide your move and capture everything along the way, and we don't stop after the move. We guide everything that comes next, maintenance, repairs, and upgrades. What starts with moving becomes a complete living record for you, your service providers, and any future owner. DomiSource becomes the Carfax for the home. Our go-to-market starts with realtors because they know who's moving, and realtors are natural networkers. So we're not building a network, we're unlocking one that already exists. We've already started building that channel, adding over 3,000 realtor connections this year alone on LinkedIn with zero spend. Our revenue model is simple, free for consumers, paid for by providers through subscriptions. And we've already seen strong early signals from our college mover MVP last summer. with 4.8 star rating and a 92% checklist completion. I've moved 26 times and owned 22 homes. So I've lived this problem over and over. I'm also a prior founder and I've learned the hard way about timing. So this time I waited for the right moment, validated the problem, and built the right team. People don't just need help moving, they need the full story of their home, and Domi Source delivers it.
And that's time.
Okay, thank you, Karen. You ready for some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. First question, Paula.
I too have moved loads of times, so this is really good for me. It's something I hadn't even thought about, that dead money that you lose through each move. How would you encourage everybody to keep on top of feeding that information or gaining that information?
And Michelle?
Yes, I've moved a lot too, and this is it speaks to me as well. And Paula took my question because I think one of those things I save the receipts, I do this and the repairs, but have you thought about, let's see, instead of just moving, but even just keeping track of it with when your parents pass away, the children knowing what the history of that house as well. So maybe other customers, if you're looking to scale, who else could you think of as customers?
And Cully?
Hi, Karen. Thank you for your presentation. I think similar to Michelle, I can see this maybe. Have you thought of apartment buildings? That's my only experience. So I think that could be a good thing, and like kind of what that revenue model might look like as compared to what you're doing now.
Okay, and Tim will give you 2 minutes on the clock when you start answering.
Okay, so yeah, for the first question, everyone's going to do things differently. I'll use my personal example. I'm such a list person. My husband is absolutely not a list person. So we have created multiple ways to try to get people to, to where we can get the information like they want. Some people will type it. Some people can take videos. Some people can work with our guide, which is our mascot. We have some gamification, which would not appeal to me at all, but I look at things like Duolingo and all these other things where people are motivated by games and a word. So we have a variety of different ways to keep people encouraged, and we'll do a bunch of testing and we'll trash the stuff that doesn't work and we'll keep going with the stuff that does. So that's something we thought of very significantly, primarily because of my own personal experience of dealing with people that do things entirely differently. Second question, you're absolutely right. People move for a lot of reasons. I moved my mother multiple times as she went through her dementia cycle, and the elderly moves, there's military moves, there's displacement moves when there's fires or natural disasters. So there's a whole bunch of people that are out there moving, and we call them journeys in the apps. We have guides to kind of help go through those, and we'll continue to release those as we get the product to market. So there are a bunch of different people that we can help with that moving journey. And then again, gathering that information so we can share it to the next person, whether it be a sibling who's inherited the house or other family members, or quite frankly, if they sell it. And then last but not least, on apartment buildings, it's funny that you say that. We actually have had some interesting discussions with a very large strategic partner that's in the property management space because they own a bunch of apartment buildings and college dorms. And there's paths on that are focused on, they're just out there building and buying, and they want to help people move in. They don't want to deal with that question and answers. They don't want to deal with all the Q&As and the before and after photos. So we have worked on a prototype for them so that they could use that to help their people move in and help their people move out and streamline that process. So we've had 5 conversations with them. That pricing model
is time.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. And we'll judges, let me know when you're good. And then we will banish you to the other link. Michelle's good. Cully's good. So Tim, do you have instructions just to confirm for the judges? where they
Yep,
go?
in the private chat, you should see the link for the deliberation room. You'll leave this, go to use that link to go into the deliberation room, but then you'll come back here once that is done. So
Michelle has already
you
fled, so
I'm gonna flood too.
she knows the gig.
be gone, Cully, be
Ellie's
gone.
taking the puppy with her in the other room.
Okay, could you tell me again how I get to that other room?
Yep,
Please?
if you click on the chat button, there should
Yeah,
be a direct message from Zach with a
yeah.
link for you to go to. So you'll leave this and then you will.
It's asking me to verify, and it's not my. I love technology. Love technology.
It is, yeah, technology's been a rough go tonight.
It's
It has, hasn't
technology
it?
night tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta love
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Mm. Zach, is there? This is giving me. It's not giving me my Gmail account, which I don't know how to get past that. I'm afraid it's not giving me an alternate. I don't know. Is there another way to get in there?
We will,
Please.
if you leave this, we will email you that link.
Okay. So
I'll
just
send it,
leave
I'll send it to
completely.
your chamber email.
Okay, perfect.
And
Thank
then
you.
just know that you'll need to come back here when you guys are finished. Zach is usually in there with you, so should be able to help you get
Okay.
back here.
Okay. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, the room is clear. As Zelda Rubinstein said in Poltergeist, this house is clean. The judges have left. You can all talk.
Oh,
Wait, are the
that was.
judges on timers too? I just want to know if they have the same rules.
What's that? Is what?
I want to know if the judges have a timer too, just to share the experience.
Yeah. I have a question for Vernon.
Yes, sir.
So how many war wounds do you have from shucking oysters?
Well, actually, uh, the individual I was working with on this, we were doing a side-by-side comparison of using one the way you traditionally would, and then using what we're referring to as a safety shuck. And I actually gained my most recent one then, and that was with the doing things the traditional way, if you will.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, yeah, luckily it was minor, but it still reinforced the fact that it can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you all tonight. It does take a lot of courage, and especially when technology does not always work on your side, to be able to adapt and overcome, keep on pressing, and as the show must go on, as they say, a lot of credit to you all for that. And we do spend a lot of time selecting the right judges, so they understand, they're sympathetic, they know how to filter out that kind of stuff. They know what they're listening for. So you can just really quickly, you can see that with Cully, for example, she's from Colab. She understands the acceleration piece, and she being with 757 Defend, she understands the dual use piece, and several the companies tonight are dual use. And Paula with the SBDC, they help many entrepreneurs with the services they provide. And the SBDC also offers something called ICAP to help you with identifying who your customers should be. And Michelle, certainly from a communications, she understands entrepreneurship. She is a great resource from that standpoint. So we do put a lot of time into ensuring that we field the right judges, and they're a resource to you all. So leverage them for the skills that they have and for the networks they have and introductions that they may be able to provide. The only thing that we do add is that they may, if you ask them to be a mentor, they may say no, at least until after the championship pitch is over, because they may be a judge for the championship pitch, and we want to make sure that everything is fair. So we can't have one of the judges from the being a mentor to one of the 12 finalists in November. But leverage them; they're very willing to help. And in the emails that went out to you all, we was a link to their LinkedIn profile. So feel free to reach out to them if you would like me to connect you. I can do that as well, but leverage them. Some of you, this is the first time that you have participated or done anything with Star Peninsula, so thank you. I'm glad that you found us. This is the on-ramp to the entrepreneurial ecosystem within Hampton Roads. And we would not be able to do this without the support of our Peninsula localities. So this year, the host locality is the city of Williamsburg, along with York County and James City County, but also the cities of Hampton, Newport News, Poquoson. They all make this possible. So it is them investing in you all to make sure that this program continues. This is year 14 for us. We've seen many, many successful companies as a result. It is truly fascinating to see the success that has come from Star Peninsula. So last week we had Innovate Hampton Roads. We had something called the State of Innovation Address, and that was our inaugural event. But we went over innovation across Hampton Roads, and that was shared across 200 people. That Star Peninsula is that on-ramp to entrepreneurship, and we tell everyone this is the first stop for that. So you all are participating in that. But one of the things that we did talk about was the fact that where the successes that Star Peninsula has had. And we have had one appearance on Shark Tank from one of our companies. They did get a deal with Mark Cuban and Lori Grenier. 17 companies have gone on to attend accelerators and hope to attract future capital. So oftentimes after this, the next step would be an incubator, and then it would be an accelerator, and that would prepare you to raise money from investors if that is what you are trying to do. So 17 companies have gone from pitching here tonight, going through some sort of incubation phase, and then to an accelerator. And speaking of capital that is raised, we have Star Peninsula, the companies that have participated have raised more than $74 million from investment. So really, really proud of that. And then last year we had our first successful exit, Occasion Genius. They were a winner several years ago, and they had just sold for multiple millions of dollars. So we had our first exit. So shout out to Nate and Occasion Genius. But this is the program where everything starts. So thank you for finding us. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being vulnerable. And we say this time and time again, but the winners are the ones that keep after this. It's more than just placing in the top 3 tonight or placing in the top 3 in November. This is a very, very long journey, and this is just the very first stop. So stick with it. That said, if you need any introductions, leverage me as well. I'm happy to provide any introductions. I am a very founder-friendly, founder-first person. I am very protective of the founders. So I will make sure that you are in good hands whenever we make those introductions. So if you're looking for a patent attorney, if you're looking for anything like that, like those are the introductions that we'll provide to make sure that everyone that you're taking care of. I mean, unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. There's some predators out there, but we make sure that that is not the case. With that, this marks the end. This being micro pitch number 2, this marks the end of the first half of 2026. We will take the summer off in terms of not having any micro pitch competitions because we know that summer is busy and we don't like to compete with vacations and those types of things. So we will typically do softer things. We will do an event called Meet the Resources where we'll have service providers do a reverse pitch and they pitch to you and talk about these are the things that we can do to help you. We'll set up a networking event. You all learn from one another, leverage one another, and learn from one another. That's where the magic happens. We will then kick things back off in September once school is back in session. It's kind of like the second new year, if you will. But we will be doing Pitch Perfect 3 and Micro Pitch 3 in September. And Gary, my apologies. We just finalized these dates yesterday. We have a super, super busy second half of the year. So these dates, they do not have a lot of wiggle room, but we're going to do Pitch Perfect 3, September 10th. We'll get this out to you all. And then we're going to do Micro Pitch 3, September 23rd. We'll do Pitch Perfect 4 on October 7th, Micro Pitch 4 on October 21st. And then what we do that will then form the top 12 for the year. We'll have a championship Pitch Perfect on October 27th, and then we will do the championship pitch on November 11th. Places 12 through 4 will each receive $500. And then places 1 through 3, they each receive $5,000 is the way that will work. So look for future communications about all of that. And the reason that we did not have a lot of wiggle room in terms of dates is because for the third year in a row, we were invited by Pegasus Tech Ventures to host the Startup World Cup for Virginia. So we will be seeking the top 10 startups in all of Virginia. We will be hosting that in Virginia Beach. That will take place on September 17th. That will be at the Sandler Center. We had over 700 people attend last year. Highly recommend that you attend. Highly entertaining, super fun. We had a couple folks that we will find the 10 best startups in the entire state of Virginia. In between, we try to mix things up in terms of the next up and coming companies. A couple of those people are here tonight. Hannah and Johnny, they both appeared last year because we want to introduce as many people as we can to the up and coming companies. So that just like with the judges. So that's going to take place September 17th. And then October 29th, we are going to be hosting Tech Night. Last year we brought that back. Think of that as the Academy Awards or the Grammy Awards for our entrepreneurial and tech community. So like we have like Startup of the Year, Entrepreneur of the Year. We have 9 different categories. And I am really, really excited that this year we are going to do it at the Dome in Virginia Beach. So that is a super sweet venue. That we can say that we share the stage with a lot of pretty cool performers that have gone through the Dome. So really, really excited about that. More information will come out to you, both pitchers and participants, as well as those watching in the audience. You all are connected now. You're part of the ecosystem. And that is what it's all about.
I think it's more of a tribe than an ecosystem, Tim. It's all the entrepreneurs
going on,
living together in this alien world.
we are the crazies for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Any questions from you all while we're waiting for the judges to finish up their deliberations? One thing that was super cool that I love the fact that we had three female judges tonight. We put a lot of focus on that too. In a typically male-dominated industry. So that was just out of pure coincidence that it worked out that way. So it was pretty cool.
Is it normal to feel like you've had a heart attack after you get through pitching?
Shows that you care, that's for sure.
It's all about how you like to get your dopamine rush, right? It's, some people do it other ways, but this is one way to get it.
It's hard.
Oh,
I mean, I really I have so much respect for you all because it is not easy to put everything out there like that. I mean, it's just I have a ton of respect for you all. So many people they just choose not to, and then they have to live with that the rest of their life, wondering if they did have that $1 million idea or however people frame it. But
Or somebody comes out with it 10 years later, and then you say you're like kicking yourself. Like, I thought of that 10 years ago. Yeah, well, should have done something. Yep. What do you always say, Tim? Fail fast and
we don't
keep
want to see anyone
pivoting.
fail, but if you're gonna fail, we
You're
want you to
gonna
fail
fail
fast.
fast, and then keep pivoting and get it right. Yep. That's hard.
Yep. You learn more from your losses than you do if you when you win, if you think about it, you don't really think back to think, what did I do right to win? You're like, I'm going to take the W and keep on pressing forward. But if you look at your losses and figure out what happened and how you can improve, yeah, you definitely learn more from the L's than you do the W's.
Oh yeah, those stand out real good.
And a lot of times, really, at least for me anyway, the losses that I've had, if I took a true honest look at myself in the mirror, I wasn't ready for those wins, and there was things that I needed to learn along the way in order to be ready. And that was really the hard truth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One other thing that I announced at the State of Innovation was the fact that like we really, for the first time, we identified the the roadmap, if you will. We start by validating, and this is what we're doing here. We validate your business, and then we incubate your business, then we accelerate your business, then we fund your business, and then we grow. So that is the pathway in which we work within the 757, and you don't necessarily have to start at the validation stage, but we highly recommend that you do if you have an idea. We don't want anyone to max out credit cards and take out mortgages on their house, quit their jobs to find out that they're solving something that no one is interested in. But so we have a set path and we have organizations that are in place to help everyone along the way. And for those that are not aware, Innovate Hampton Roads, we serve as that conduit and we serve as that storyteller to help marshal you through along that process. And our long-term goal is, we're known for the 7 cities, and we want to create a unicorn on each of the 7 cities. And a unicorn is a company that is valued at $1 billion or more. That is what our goal is. So
Could you, I guess, expound more on the incubation phase?
yeah, so that is really to get a lot of things in order. In terms to get that the initial product market fit, identify your customers, establish yourself as a business, so that way you're ready for that next phase. So it's a lot of the setting the foundation for your business. Make sure that your business entity is set up correctly. Make sure that you have the key things that are in place.
I have white smoke, Tim,
Oh, okay.
and I have judges re-entering.
I do see
I
Cully. I
see
don't see
Kelly here.
Cosmos, but
Yes. And I have the white smoke has formed into the names of 3 companies. Which formed letters in my text. So Paul is back. Michelle's sort of
Well,
back.
I've got to do what I did last time. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Oh. Yes. So Tim, we could probably once Michelle's back, if you wanted to ask if they have any.
snap a picture.
Yeah, let's do that. We got to do the picture. Yep.
Right.
Oh, and Hannah's not on yet. Hannah's not in the picture. Hey, Hannah, can you turn your camera on?
My
I
camera's
see
on.
her. Yeah, I see her.
Oh, I don't see her.
No?
Oh, she's up there. Oh, she's on 2 different places. That's what it is.
All right.
And Verna's trying to hide in the dark.
Everyone smile. 1, 2. I'll take one more. I saw what Cully was doing there. She was 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm
Okay,
done.
cool. Did you want to ask the judges if they have, without divulging anything, except general comments of help and observations? We have not announced any winners yet, so don't do that. But yeah, Michelle, did you want to start?
Sure, I can go first. Like Paula said in the beginning, we know what it's like to be where you are. So it takes a lot of courage to have this idea and to share it with others. So thank you for being brave and doing that, and thank you for this amazing crew of Start Peninsula. You guys from the pitch, perfect pitch, getting that consultation. Take advantage of those resources that they give you. Take advantage of that because it will help you in your pitch competitions.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, Paula?
I'm so sorry I haven't got my background on since I came in. Apologies for
Oh, that's
breaking it off.
okay. Okay.
I have to say, my heart was beating for all of you because I know how hard it is to stand and offer up your product and your baby and everything that you've put your heart and soul into. You all did absolutely amazingly well, and you articulated it really well. And I'm delighted to have been a part of this. And I wish you all the very best for all your business. It was brilliant.
Cully?
Yeah, I mean, echoing Michelle and Paula's sentiments, you guys are really brave for getting up here and sharing your idea, especially at the really early stages, trying to get validated and trying to, it's a vulnerable state. And in the judges' room, it was really hard for us to come to any decisions. We went back and forth because all of you guys were just so amazing. Keep up the good work, even if you weren't selected today, because one no doesn't mean your journey stops here. So good luck to everyone.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank
Okay,
you,
are we
Cully.
ready? Anything else you want to say, Tim?
To the winners tonight, take 2 seconds to celebrate, but please send us a picture so that when we can market we'll do a graphic, a winner's graphic, but we need a picture of you. So if you have a headshot, something that we can use for you, please send that tonight because we want to start the celebration in the morning. So send that to me or start@startpeninsula.com. But please do that as quickly as possible.
Cool. And I would just say one more time, a big thank you to the host locality, City of Williamsburg, and also cities of Hampton, Newport News, and Poquoson, and James City County and York County for their support of this ongoing Really
you
cool
I didn't know
effort.
you wanted me to add the suspense. Normally I would do that after we announce the winners, but
Oh no, I'm waiting because I can see everybody's stomachs and knots. So, all
um,
right, here you
but
ready?
no.
Go. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
I was gonna thank some more folks, but go ahead.
Oh, go no. Yeah, thanks so much.
No. Please go.
You sure? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, see, Michelle knows that I like to do this kind of stuff. She just knows. All right. This is in no order. It's just how it came in the white smoke. Our first one, Domi source. Karen's laughing.
I'm not, so I don't know. What am I supposed to think?
Or she's happy. I don't know. Okay. Next. Hercule Q. And last but certainly not least. Oh, the smoke went away. I can't, it doesn't, oh no. Safety shock. Oh, look, Vernon's smiling. That's good. That's a good thing.
Well, congratulations
Yeah,
to
congrats
you all.
everybody.
On behalf of Star Peninsula, congrats. Stick with us. I see Michelle has put her contact information in the comments. Like we said, while they're deliberating, take advantage of their generosity, and they're willing to assist. Michelle, thanks for judging again. You're great. It's so nice to have you back. And to Cully, thank you for judging tonight. Hopefully you'll be back again when we call upon you. And Paula, thank you. We really appreciate all that you and the SBDC does for the community. So it is by design to make sure that you all are included.
And Cully, could we get one more puppy shot?
You know what? He actually just went to his bed, and I'm so glad that he's playing on his own because
Oh, good.
he's not bothering me, so I'm not going to bother him.
No, don't then. That was great. Thanks for sharing him tonight. It was awesome. Okay, thanks everybody for playing. It was a
Gary,
great
thank you.
experience.
Thank you. Zach, thank you. To all the participants, thank you. And again, to all the localities, thank you so much. Please send those pictures. We need those. If anyone wants any feedback, contact me. I'm happy to provide feedback as well.